What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing a set of butterfly airbrush nails. I've been playing around with my new airbrush gun and I figured out some cool new ways to use it, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And I'm going to be doing an acrylic set, so the base on all of the nails is going to be acrylic. Like I mentioned in my last video, I don't really get to do acrylic a lot, so I'm taking full advantage of my free time to use my acrylics because yeah, I love acrylic, and I know some of you guys like acrylic too, some of you that watch my channel, especially if you've been following me since I started my channel, because I started off doing acrylic. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're changing it up for today. As you can see, I did prep my nails off camera per usual. And I did go in with a dehydrator and primer. I just used some isopropyl alcohol as a dehydrator and some Mia Secret primer. I do have a little bit of pink acrylic on my nails to protect my natural nails from staining from the colored acrylics. I usually leave that there anyway. Most of you know that, to file down my nails. So before you even go in with your colored acrylics, you might want to apply a thin layer of clear or whatever color, just to protect your natural nails from staining from the colored acrylics. So yeah, for the base on the nails, I'm doing a pretty simple ombre. I'm actually using this really pretty metallic purple shade from Saviland. It's from one of their little acrylic powder kits. I can't remember which one right now, but I will have it in the description box. But it's this really pretty metallic purple, and I'm kind of sharing it out because I kind of wanted almost like a jelly look, like a purple chrome jelly acrylic look. And one way you can get that look without like having to mix your acrylic powders with clear and stuff is to use a very small bead of whatever color. Make sure you're working with it wet and then just brushing it over the tip of the nail really fast, and then you kind of get that jelly look. So yeah, that's what I did on all of the tips. And now I'm going in with this glitter acrylic from Glitter Bells. It's called Soft White Shimmer, and it's just a clear acrylic with really fine glitters in it, and I think it looks so pretty over like the purple. So that's what I did really quick, doing the same thing, like a small bead and brushing it out really fast, but working with it wet so you can get that sheer look. And for the top color on the ombre, I'm using this shade from Valentino Beauty Pure. It's a nude pink with a slight shimmer to it. It's called Lustrous Pink. I really love this color for ombres. It literally goes with every ombre, and I feel like every skin tone, in my opinion. So to do my ombre, I usually start with my first bead right under the cuticle area, and then I just blend it where the tip and the natural nail meet. And then I go in with a bead right above that and kind of just blend it down into the previous bead and into where the tip and the natural nail meet as well. And then I take a third bead and kind of just brush it over the last two to fully like blend everything together and make everything look nice and seamless. This color, you really don't have to do much. It kind of like works for itself, honestly. Like it literally just blends so flawlessly into the tip. So yeah, I didn't have any issues there. I prefer to work with my acrylics wetter, like regardless of what I'm doing. I don't know, I'm just weird like that. I've always been like that since I started doing nails. I think it's because like I'm kind of like slower at working. So when I work with my acrylics wetter, it gives me like more time to work with them instead of them drying so fast. I use Mia Secret Monomer, so it is like a little bit runny anyway, but I don't know, I've just taken a liking to it regardless. So yeah, I'm just gonna do the rest of the ombres on the last two nails. now I'm just going to take a little bit more of that purple and brush it over the tips of all the nails along with the shimmer white, because I guess the way my lights were, I couldn't really see that there was actually patches in the nail until I moved my hand away from the nail stand, and I decided just to go in and like kind of brush over the tip one more time to fill those in, because I didn't want any patches showing through like in the end result, if you know what I mean. So I'm just doing that. I'm just working with it wet, just taking a little bit and brushing it over just to fill in those little sheer spots. And then doing the same thing with the glitter acrylic, just lightly brushing that over. And I know there was like a brush hair, but I did get it out. This brush is like really old and like frayed and everything. Like I'm surprised I could even still use it, honestly. Like all my acrylic brushes like really need to be thrown away, and I really need to get a new one. And I know I say that in every video, but I never get a new one. But I don't know, one day eventually I'll probably get one, but until then I'll be using this brush till the rest of the handles fall off, I guess. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, let's go ahead and encapsulate the nails now. So I'm encapsulating the nails so that when I file, shape, and buff, I don't file through the blend. And I'm also using the clear to add more structure to the nails and make them a little bit thicker so that they don't break. They're pretty thin with just the ombre. So I'm using Mia's Secret Clear Acrylic to do this. And I'm doing my 3-bead method. I apply my first bead towards the bottom half of the nail. I think of the nail like it's split into 3 sections. So the first section is like the free edge, and I focus my bead in that area to build up the free edge of the nail. The second bead is right at the smile line, which I use to start building my apex. So I kind of like focus it in that area and just blend it down a little bit into the tip. And then the third bead is my cuticle bead, which I use that to further build my apex. And once again, I focus it in that area as well. And I also try to smooth out the acrylic as much as I can before it sets. And then I do like take a look at the nail to see if I need to add in a little bit more acrylic. Sometimes you can do the 3-bead method, but it's not always perfect. You might have to go in and add like a little bit more. That's just life. That's the way things are. But I always stick to this method because I feel like it gives me the perfect apex, and I have like a whole lot less filing to do when I go to file, shape, and buff. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and start filing the nails. As always, I like to debulk my nails first and then do my shaping. So I'm doing that with a fine grit ceramic drill bit. Like I mentioned earlier, the 3-bead method is really good because your nails literally come out next to perfect as long as you know how much acrylic to use depending on the length of your nails. You kind of have to be the judge of that, but like once you get the hang of it, like you literally don't have much to file. Like you're literally just smoothing over the nails, you know, sealing around the cuticle and just like, you know, just smoothing over the nails, make sure there's like no lumps or anything like that. But it's not like when you first start doing nails and they're all like lopsided and lumpy. It's like consistent every time. That's why I love that method. You just have to kind of like judge like how much acrylic you need to use per the length of your nails. That's the only thing. But like I said, when you get the hang of it, it's like super easy. So yeah, I'm just going around the cuticle, filing along the sidewalls. The sidewall should be the thinnest part of your nail. The cuticle should be very thin as well. It should be sealed properly. You can use your nail to feel around the cuticle. If it doesn't snag on anything, that means you've sealed properly. And then I kind of just use my drill to kind of go side to side all the way down the rest of the nail to smooth it out. I check my nail from different sides to see if I need to like file in a certain place. I look down the barrel of the nail to make sure the sides are even and stuff like that. I also file underneath the nail to get out any plastic pieces or anything. And I also do take my drill and file along the sides of the nail to redefine the shape before I go in with my hand file. It saves like a bunch of time.
Pick up the phone, show me it was real. Pick up the phone, show me it was real. Pick up the phone, show me it was real. Pick up the phone. Yeah, I don't wanna put no pressure on you. I just wanna put a blessing on you. Since our last undressing session, I'm not really sure if you've been checking. I'm progressing. I just heard my songs is popping out in Macedonia and even Serbia. I don't mean to burden you. If you got a man since then, I understand. Last thing I wanna do is get you jammed, especially if he's the fan. He probably never wanna hear my shit again. And I need every single sound scan. But if you single and you down, then I'm in your town, feeling for another round. I was counting down the days, been more patient than a Browns fan. Where that chip at? Probably on your shoulder, cause I forgot to hit back. Left you on red, apologies are said, but often never meant. Well, fuck that, I repent, for message never sent now.
Hello, stranger, it's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually
And now I'm going to shape up my nails with my hand file. So I'm doing a long coffin shape. So I'm taking the bulk off of the sides first. So I always file on the sides of my nails, holding my file straight to take the bulk off of the sides until I'm satisfied with like how wide they are. And then I go ahead and taper in the tip, which is going to give you that coffin shape. So to do that, I hold my file at an angle and file in towards the tip of the nail. And then to file the free edge, hold your file at an angle and then just file up and down or side to side.
don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill. I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night. I
Then I'm going to go ahead and take my buffer and buff over all the nails to buff out the scratches. You never want to skip this step because those scratches will show through in your end result, and it's really not a cute look, you know what I mean? So always make sure to just buff over the nails. And I am actually going to file over this nail because I looked at it and I noticed there was like a little dip in it, so I'm just going to file that. Sometimes we end up missing those things. So before I go in and do my airbrush design, I like to apply a base coat to the nails that I'm going to be doing that on because the paint sticks really good to the base coat. It is a little bit hard to keep the stencils on the nail with the base coat, but the paint sticks a lot better in my opinion. So I'm using some of these butterfly stencils that I have. I'm actually using the outside of the stencil and then the inside of it. By doing this, you can get like a all white butterfly, and then doing it with the other one you get like an outline of the butterfly, if you know what I mean. On this one, when I took the stencil off, I didn't really like the way it looked, so I ended up placing it back on really quick and just like going over it a little bit more so you could see it a little bit better. You want to make sure that you can see it really good, especially depending on what color you're using for the base on your nails. This is a really light base, so you want to make it pretty pigmented so you can actually see that they're butterflies when you're done. So I'm just sticking it right over that and just kind of like brushing over it. I do have a more in-depth like tutorial about how to use your airbrush gun. I will link that video in the cards where I did like the unboxing for this one and everything like that. But today I'm just like playing around with it. I'm using the white nail inks that I was talking about in my last video. I have like a set of airbrush inks. So I do have those linked in my Amazon store along with this airbrush gun, by the way. But yeah, I feel like white looks really good against purple. So for these are like going to be the outline of the butterfly. So you just want to kind of like lightly mist the airbrush over it, kind of side to side, and then remove the stencil. And then just let like those nails dry. Do not like hit them against anything. Usually I wait to take the stencils off, but I just felt like taking them off really quick, and I don't know how to do this without getting the paint like all over my hands, so excuse that. But I wanted to do like a regular set of nails because last time I did press-ons. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start adding the bling. I got the inspo for the bling from this picture that I saw on Pinterest. I'm not really sure who the nail artist is because they weren't tagged in the photo, but yeah, it was a really cute like milky white design and it had this kind of bling on it. So yeah, I decided to put it on these because I thought it was so pretty with like all the clear different stones, and I had like all the same stones. So for the bigger ones, I'm applying Beetle's rhinestone gel directly onto the nail and then placing those stones into the gel and kind of like flash curing so that they don't move around. If you leave this gel on the nail too long, the stones will slide around. And then I'm just like brushing rhinestone gel over the nail along with some top coat to apply like the smaller flat backs. before I apply the flat back stones to the nails with the airbrush, I'm gonna be applying a base coat over the nail, just where the airbrush design is, to seal it in, because I feel like if you go in and brush the rhinestone gel over the design, I feel like the paint might smear. So to be on the safe side, I applied a base coat first and then went in with my rhinestone gel and the top coat, and then applied my flat back stones. And I do top coat all of the stones, like the butterfly, the Hello Kitty, and the star charm, so that they don't like lose their coating or anything like that. These charms tend to do that like after a while of washing your hands, and I want them to last. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just cure my nails and I'm done. I'm really loving this whole airbrush thing. I'm really into it. I hope you guys like this set. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave for more nail tutorials and reviews every week. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified when I do upload a video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Love you guys.